Look at the helicopter. Look at the helicopter causing panic and intimidation. And these helicopters were unmarked. They were all unmarked. There was no Air Force logo on them. You can see the helicopter. The two helicopters that flew, there was no Air Force logo on them. There was no Nigerian police logo on them.
Good evening, everyone. Please, this video is not about Asari Dokubo, because I want you to listen to what Asari Dokubo said attentively so that you will understand the level of complicity of terrorism and the governance in Nigeria. Now, on the day of local government election, you remember Asari Dokubo raised an alarm that the military helicopter was hovering his building. I think he said 2 military helicopter. Now, what made him think that these are military helicopter is because of the video they made. They saw that this helicopter is an armed helicopter that can shoot, that can throw bomb, all those things. Now, something so surprising is that the military denied that that was not the helicopter. The police denied that that was not the helicopter. The Air Force denied that was not the helicopter. Now, the helicopter has no police logo, no military logo, no Air Force, nothing whatsoever. Now, I want to ask a question. Nigeria is a sovereign country. How can a helicopter, a military helicopter during an election be hovering without any identification? Now, let me buzz the code for you. That is because these helicopters can be used to carry out attack, carry out terrorism, carry out so many things, and they will say, oh, it's not our own. Do you see any military logo there? That is what you are going to understand in this video. So I want you to watch this video to the end to understand the level of complicity in Nigeria. If I am telling you about the rottenness and how Nigeria has failed, so that you will understand my own concept and the points of my thought. Take a listen.
President Gohan, President Ibrahim Balamosi Babangida, Abdusalam Alhaji Abubakar, President Goodluck Jonathan, President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the time. If they are the military, why were they flying an unmarked helicopter, carrying two brandy machine guns, every 20 guns? Intimidation. And these helicopters were unmarked. They were all unmarked. There was no Air Force logo on them. You can see the helicopter. The two helicopters that flew, there was no Air Force logo on them. There was no Nigerian police logo on them. I don't think there was Nigerian army logo on them. Look at how low they are flying on top of the solar light pole. Very low.
So let me pause it so that you can see it clearly. Just pause it.
Flying very low. Falling trees. By planting this thing. Look at them flying on the treetop. Flying on the treetop.
Look at the distance to the mango tree. Very close. To the canal tree. Very, very close.
They flew over. The military said they were not, the police said they were not providing security. So, what were they doing here? Why were they flying this low? What if it had caused injury to people? Why were they flying this low? Why were they flying this low? Frightening people. The question we are asking, where did these helicopters come from? Who leased them? Who hired them? Who shattered these helicopters? Are they military undercover helicopters? If they are military undercover helicopters, what were they doing on election day? My life is not important. I can be taken out at any time. So they came to take me out. As the lamb led to the slaughter, he opened not his mouth. I am not that lamb. I will open my mouth and I will talk. I did not ask a helicopter to come to my house to come and take me out. I didn't look for any helicopter to go anywhere. People cannot wear Nigerian uniform or whatever and feel that they have the right to do whatever they like and there is no law and they can take people's life at will. How can they do that? How can they even conceive that they can take people's life at will? Have they been taking Boko Haram people's life at will? Have they been taking ESN people's life at will? Have they been taking bandits' life at will? Have they been taking cattle rustlers' life at will? If somebody is quietly somewhere, they want to take his life at will. Because of one man, one Nyesowike. We did not go to Nyesowike's house. We didn't look for trouble. It might not sound reasonable to you. To hell with you if it doesn't sound reasonable to you. We didn't go to Nyesowike's house. We didn't go to the house of any of his followers, his former outgone chairman and so on. We didn't go to their house. We know where their houses are. So one man has now become, Nigeria has been handed over to one man. All institutions in Nigeria have been handed over to one man. The courts have been handed over to him. The police have been handed over to him. The military have been handed over to him. To use as will, to hunt people in River State, to hunt us to submission, to make us slaves. And every Rivers man must accept it. Because you are from Kanu. Because you are from Lagos. Because you are from Sokoto. Because you are from Ogun State. It doesn't matter to you that Nigeria is traveling fast without break on a dangerous expressway where all institutions of state power, all institutions of state coercive power have been handed over to one man to kill, to maim, and to destroy. He has people on the street with him. Look at them. The election in Rivers State was the most peaceful election. Look at the same style. As if it is the same picture like Abloma. His men are there shooting people. Sowore. You are hearing the same language used at Abloma. Is the language being used there. Correct, look at. We'll all get you. The helicopter did not go there. Where wicked men were shooting at the greeter, the helicopter did not go there.
That's the wicked. They are going to fight.
The same pattern, almost the same type of video. The helicopter did not go to Greater. The helicopter did not go to Che. The helicopter did not go to Biafra near Wike's house where we heard there was some violence.
Forget you.
Forget you. The same language. So Wike is deploying people every election, IYC election, he deploys his men to kill and to maim. Local government election, he deploys his men to kill and to maim. Rivers people will not allow Wike. We don't want trouble. Though. I did that live video as a warning. So somebody is in the military, is happy, he wants to kill me. So when he comes to kill me, he will kill me and just go away. Nobody will do anything to him. He has achieved his purpose. He has killed me. My life means nothing. That. My life means nothing. We are warning. President Tinubu, I have known you for a long time. You have not contained the war in the northeast, northwest, and north central. Because of Wike, you want to open another war front. You have not contained the war in the southeast. Let Nigeria not scatter under your worship. I'm telling you the truth. Let Nigeria not scatter under your watch. Like I always tell people, from when I was in my 20s, I confronted power. I confronted power. I have put my life on the line. I have put my life at stake. I'm not the most powerful person, but I believe whether I do the right thing or not, I'll still die. So I choose to do the right thing. It is doing the right thing and standing on the side of the right that brought you and I together, President Tinubu. I don't know what had gone wrong. Whatever it is that had gone wrong. Under I watch, things are happening. You think that any contractor you give pipeline contract will be able to secure the pipeline with the sort of military you have? Who is going to confront them when they want to take the oil for themselves? Which they are doing. I said it and I became their enemy. Saying the truth, I became their enemy. Your contractor will not say, but your oil production will continue to fall. You will get the oil. Because you can't confront the truth. You can't accept the truth. And anybody who stands on their way, when people feel entitled, they're paid by the taxpayers' money, and they feel entitled, that even the government belongs to them, the civilian authority must submit to them. Everybody's afraid of them because we don't want a military coup. And as such, people cannot talk. And then everybody is suffering. People are starving to death. As I'm talking to you, there's a crowd outside my house. A bag of rice is now 110,000. Minimum wage is 70,000. How are they going to afford it? I had offered and volunteered to stand. You didn't give me what I have. You have given me nothing. I don't bother my head. I've always said my friendship with you have nothing to do. You stood by me and I needed you. If at that time you did not stand by me, maybe I will not be alive to tell this story and to be here. Is that what you want to take back? Because you assisted me and now you are in power, it's an opportunity to take my life. Using Wike as a proxy. That's the question. It's an opportunity to take my life using Wike. Local government elections were held in all other states. Why is Rivers State? Why do you think that you can take all of us and make us slaves? I'm standing on your way and Wike's way to make Rivers and Ijaw people slaves. So that anything locally and everybody will gather and say, worship at the temple of Wike, the new Baal of our time. If Wike was not there, I will not be this, I will not be that. That is what you have reduced our people to. And because I have refused to be reduced, and I will continue to be refused to be reduced, okay, it's not in my category. For him to be in my category, he must have a progenitor like Nnamdi, which he will never have. For him to be on the same level with me, he must have a father like Honorable Justice, which he will not have. For him to be in the same category with me, he must be like Dokubo, which he will never be. I did not take any position. I've never been governor. I've never been anything. Being governor is what? People elect, or they re-election. Any fool can be elected. Any idiot can be elected. Any bastard can be elected. Any efulefu can be elected. Any namachopri can be elected. In which category he falls in? So who hand over these helicopters to him? The governor of Rivers State, the government of Rivers State did not request for these helicopters. Wike is the chief security officer of Rivers State. Wike is the chief security officer of Rivers State. Look at them, the way we're embarrassing and destroying institutions because of Wike. Court will be giving conflicting judgment. People decamped, showed themselves, swore affidavit. One fraudulent judge, shameless judge, we say they dumped a video on us. Like I said before, we will continue until people will lose all their respect for this institution. And the pronouncement of this institution will mean nothing. We continue on this path until people will say enough is enough, to hell with this institution. Na yana bina bo, papa rest on the papa. Correct the name that make you all over. O men di call him the Okocha di yo lo sake, Okocha di Vs Fubara na barrier na. You didn't play manga, okay, but if you are looking for what's wise charms and juju, come and meet me. You didn't play manga, be la. Or did you play mamba? We take me, me kala kwa didn't me. Aram play mamba. These things are enough now. The first lady, what are you? You can advise your husband. This part, this part will be very curious. See, if Sim is not the governor of Rivers State and somebody else is governor, by now, the bloodbath in Rivers State, everybody just enduring, everybody just, people are just holding themselves. Please, everything is there. If they are doing naming ceremony, he goes there. It's a political rally. It's politics. Everywhere he goes to. All institutions have been destroyed for the sake of one man. I've never seen this. I never thought about this. I'm seeing something new. It has never happened. All the elders in Nigeria, all the elder statements, General Kowan, General Babangida, Abdusalam Abubakar, Goodluck Jonathan, General Muhammad Buhari. This is the time you have to lend your voice to come out and rescue Nigeria. Don't say, oh, they will not listen. Come out and lend your voice. This is becoming too much. The path they are traveling the speed at which they are going, with a very rickety and very rickety vehicle without brake. They crash. They crash. They crash. We cannot salvage anything from the vehicle. We can't salvage anything from the vehicle. Newsmen, people from the news media, Arise and other people were here. I voted yesterday. My vote was counted. I was accredited. I voted in my unit. About 184 people voted in my unit. We did not reach. Out of 500 and something voters, 184 people. It's not abracadabra voting, where 120 people will be accredited and 500 will vote. There was absolute peace across most of the local government. Even a banger was not true. In concluding, I want to say, a proper investigation should be carried out. The helicopter as shown was not marked. And who were the people inside the helicopter that directed them to my father's and grandfather's house in Terrørist of Ward 6, and to my grandmother's house, Dokubo, Wilkins in Dokubo's house in Ward 3, people of Ward 3, and to my houses at Dokubo Street, Honorable Dokubo Street, at Obama, and at Q. Who directed those helicopters to my house? Who was in the helicopter that brought them to this house? What was their mission? If, as they were flying, if I did not shout, would they not have killed me and my sister Boma Gudet? Because at the time they were flying over my father's house, my sister Boma Gudet was there with photos at the booth opposite my father's house, at the unit opposite my father's house. My younger sister Boma was there with almost all my siblings who had come all over the world to do the election. Almost all my siblings. Ibe was there, Okubo was there, Sokibrem was there. So with Boma, 4 of my siblings were there. In my father's place, when the helicopter flew so low, who sent them to murder the whole of Justice Medford Gudet family yesterday? Who sent them? Who sent them to do this? President Gohan? President Ibrahim Balamosi Babangida, Abdusalam Alhaji Abubakar, President, President Goodluck Jonathan, President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the time. If they are the military, why were they flying an unmarked helicopter, carrying 2 brandy machine guns, every 2 guns?